Welcome, guys, back to another week of Demi SEA Weekly, the ninth rendition of the tournament. Hello, my name is Alyx, Queen Alyx, and with me today is Lumiere_VIP. How you doing, mate?
What?
Speaking French today.
What's up, Alyx? We are here. We are back. This was a bit impromptu, like Demi SEA Weekly as a whole. We just had it last week, and this is meant to be like a fortnightly event. But like 2 days ago, this got announced. It's like, all right, let's go.
All right, let's do it. And me casting today is completely impromptu too. Everything about this is scuffed, but you know what? It's fine because we're watching some StarCraft happen as we're joined on Pillars of Gold, and the top right hand corner of the map, the blue Zerg player hailing from the Philippines. We've got, the man himself, EnDerr.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the birthday boy. It's his birthday today. Give him some love. Hey. Mate, he just turned 19 years old.
Damn.
Oh god, that's F's in the chat. He's getting old now.
He's like a month older than me. What the hell?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's oh boy, just give him some love in the chat. He is representing Fight for Justice, the Australian Protoss. It is StarDuck.
All right, a very, very exciting ZvP for, anybody that's a fan of, Oceania and Southeast Asia. As a whole, two great players.
Definitely. I think we're a little bit lucky because we actually managed to, if you recall, we managed to cast EnDerr most recently in ESL Open Cup Asia as well.
Yeah. We saw him play. He did all right. He didn't move past his match, but he fought well, and he shows promise and doesn't really show up to weeklies.
Yeah, like this is a first for EnDerr. Like we were talking about it when we were casting him in ESL Open Cup Asia, how like he doesn't really show up for anything other than DreamHack, but he, like the fire within him has kind of been sparked. Like he's really feeling the need to compete at the moment. Like he wants to be in form and ready for DreamHack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's getting ready, and well, it looks like we have a certain, I don't know who this guy is, Steel Mold.
Thank you so much, Steel Mold, for the resub. What the hell? Shouldn't you be working right now? God damn it, Steel.
But yeah, with the tier 2 sub for 26 months, I guess we owe him 26 quacks.
There's a reason why I didn't bring it up. Okay,
Listen. I'm a streamer, alright?
Oh god.
It's in my instinct.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Quack. That was 10.
Quack.
Three.
Quack. There we go. We did it.
we God off. This is gonna be an awful broadcast. we can count to 26 people.
Yeah. I thought I could only count to 10.
Oh god.
Hold on. I'm having technical difficulties. Anyway, guys, that's better. Anyways, there's a game of StarCraft happening, and we're like 3 minutes 50 through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we got a, standard opening from EnDerr, and good old Void Ray opener from StarDuck.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this how they match up against each other. Obviously, we were able to see EnDerr against Creator earlier this week, and as you alluded to, like he didn't have the best of times against Creator. Of course, he is a pretty strong Korean Protoss. And
Yeah.
StarDuck himself recently he got second place in GPO. Like he came second to Mia Micah. Yeah, he's looking so good recently.
He is absolutely stacking up. He's gonna be he's following in the footsteps of Probe. You know, he's getting up there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So I can't wait to see how he really flourishes this year. Obviously, we still are in the beginning of the year, but like this is going to be the next test for him. We saw him struggle a little bit against Mia Micah last week, but we'll see how he shapes up against someone like EnDerr.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. It'll be interesting to see. As you know, two adepts poking in, getting some information, and the Karens are here to bully.
Yeah.
To bully it.
To bully and protect as best they can, but not good enough as the adepts. They actually find some drone damage.
Yeah, they managed to get a shade in, get a couple of drones, but not before a quick Zergling surround and a quick save on the drone.
Ooh, and
yeah, that's not too controversial.
Yeah, okay, so a couple of things that are interesting is that StarDuck, so far, he has not scouted the Roachhorn, he has not scouted the lair, he is unaware that we got a Dropper Lord on the way in, or any of this is coming.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna be hidden with a bit of a little bit of a drop here. Probably maybe dropping the Lings in.
The Karens?
Oh, he's just going for he's just running in. Yeah, no, he stopped droning. He's going for a full Roachling all in with the Queens to boot. But ooh, that is two Void Rays.
Exactly.
With another one on the way.
That's the problem though. Like again, you can totally hold this if you know that it's coming, but it's already here, and like there aren't any shield batteries ready for this.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But the Void Rays might be able to slow this down. Maybe not stop it completely, especially because he's unprepared, but it'll definitely make this a lot harder for EnDerr to pull.
Yeah, definitely. But here we go. The queens
are here.
The queens are here. The biles are going to be landing immediately on that shield battery.
Yeah, the shield battery's going to go down real quick before the Void Rays can get back over it. The queen's zoning out the Void Rays as these Lings and Roaches come in onto the third. And, this all-in looking pretty good. A counterattack with a Warp of the Zealots to get a little bit of damage, but transfuse. Oh, he missed the transfuse on the queen.
Yeah,
he is taking out the Void Rays.
Exactly. He's distracted by the Zealots, so as a result, one of the queens did fall.
Yeah.
The biles!
Yeah, all the biles killing the Void Ray before the super battery gets a chance to replenish the shields. Oh. And, I mean, with what he had, StarDuck able to take out a queen and, you know, get the counter damage off, but man, it is not looking good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he had kept all his Void Rays alive, then I think he'd be in a pretty okay position. Like, there isn't that much anti-air left, right? But slowly but surely, this army is pushing on forward. There's creep outside as well, and StarDuck is at least contained to 2 bases.
Yeah, no, if this push dies here, which it might, good feedbacks on those queens, but yeah, he's probably won't be able to kill here, but taking out the third base is pretty good. Oh, he actually snipes an Archon too.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lings are here, but the Lings are back from defending.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the flood of Lings is just gonna get into the natural. They're gonna get a nice surround on all the Zealots. This will get cleaned up. But we'll see how much damage StarDuck ends up taking here.
Yeah, it'll get cleaned up, but it's a really costly push from EnDerr here. You know, taking out the third, taking out so many workers. Like, he's down by 20. Yeah, cleaned up in the end.
Yeah, I mean, StarDuck would have been in a much worse position if he didn't end up dealing that counter damage. Like, he does some pretty decent damage in the main base. But so far not quite enough to bring him back into this. Like, he needs to achieve something more, and we do see that he is meeting up with the rest of his army and his War Prism.
Yeah, he's gonna go for a bit of a counter push here over from the 4th base, maybe into the natural, or try and get some critical damage to even things up a little bit. I mean, he's got not a lot here, but it might be enough
Oh god.
to get a little bit of damage. Oh, but there's Mutas out, and all the target fire on the Archon, and these should clean up the Void Rays really, really easily here.
How?
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, StarDuck, he had a pretty decent ground army compared to that of EnDerr, but that's because EnDerr, he was stockpiling his resources to come out with those mutas, and with these mutas, he's not only going to just be able to clean up the ground army, but he can just chase down the War Prism.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And suddenly now there's... Ooh, okay, he manages to get the split off. Oh, Archon. Oh, he's playing with fire. It's still... Okay, that Archon got off one more shot than it should have.
Oh god. Yeah, he's doing what he can, right? Like, he's just trying to deal as much damage as he can. And to be fair, like, this is also like kind of EnDerr as well. Like, he isn't that far ahead by workers, but he's being so annoying with this creep. Like, it's so difficult for StarDuck to even think about expanding.
Yeah, no, yeah, EnDerr cut off his drones pretty early, and he was stuck around 50, and he's only started droning back up again now, really, especially after the counter, because I think he cut off at 66, probably, and yeah, he lost quite a few in the counter attack, so he's only now droning back up, now that he's trying to pump out more mutas. Oh, hello, sir, hello. I don't know what that guy was doing there. Oh.
Yep. I was looking at this before, mate. We got drones coming to the front line to throw down spores.
Oh, this is a strat. And hey, you know what? If it works, it's like who was it that was just building tarts around the map on Tuesday or Monday?
Oh god, I can't remember, but that was also a meme. That was
that was hilarious. Oh my goodness, I don't remember which player that was. But yeah, no, now the mutas stack up and just a flood of links come to the natural, and game 1 goes to EnDerr.
GG. Was it Cure? Was he the one just throwing down missile turrets all over the place?
I think it was Cure.
Yeah.
I think it was Cure, because I remember talking about how the player didn't really have anything super stand out, and that was Cure. Now he does. The 4 turrets, the proxy turrets.
Shaking my head. But GG gets called, and that was really well done by EnDerr. StarDuck, unfortunately, just lacking that scouting information. That's really what it came down to.
Yeah, his adepts, they got into the natural, but not deep enough to see the hidden roach warren timing. And if you see that roach warren timing, you know, oh, one's coming. But he missed it, and unfortunately, was not able to defend with what he had, being so unprepared.
Yeah, he had 0. He had like 1 shield battery that finished up towards him, but it immediately got target down anyway. Like, there was just nothing at the 3rd.
Yeah, it was definitely a very difficult situation to do much about.
Definitely, but we'll see if StarDuck can turn things around here, as we are getting ready for game number 2. We do have our map selected.
Yeah, we shall see how game 2 goes as soon as everybody gets in the lobby and loads up. And yeah, we'll see if StarDuck can take the initiative, because he went with a fairly passive opening, you know, the Void Ray opening. Any Stargate opening is generally quite passive unless you have 3 of them.
Are you feeling a Forge first?
Yo, the Forge fast expand, the classic
expand, mate. That's the one I was going
Forge
with.
Fast expand. it's you know, the Forge fast expand. Yeah, it's classic. Everybody knows Forge fast expand. Come on. Oh, EnDerr did not connect.
I don't think we've seen a Forge fast expand in years. I don't think that's
probably about 8.
God damn.
Not since Wings of Liberty. Because that's the only time that makes sense, and even then.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know now about the game compared to at the beginning of, or in the middle of Wings of Liberty.
Well, if you recall, that quickly
And-
came out of favor because of the pylon overcharge, which was like a cheaper, easier way to do that as well. It's like,
yeah, to get the static defense, thanks to the mothership core.
Yeah.
And then Blizzard were like, okay, that's enough fun.
Oh, that was
Enough
fun.
Fun for the Protoss. Nobody
Look,
else.
Look, Protoss is having a pretty good time right now. Okay, I don't know how much you've been keeping up with the pro results.
Void Rays. A lot of them.
Oh yeah.
I know Sky Toss is definitely something people look to hit a bit more. Yeah, no, it's certainly something. Anyways, as we load into Deathora, as I call it sometimes, we have in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, joining us in the blue, the Protoss player, hailing from Australia. It is his birthday, in case you missed it earlier. Happy birthday to, playing for Fight for Justice, StarDuck.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Deathora LE. Ooh, going for another pool first opening. We have the Filipino Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Liab Esports. It is EnDerr.
Once again, after Monday and ESL Open Cup Asia, he's been going with these early pools. You know, going to just for the safety in ZvP. Oh, and he actually manages to get the hatch off too.
Oh my!
Before the probe shows up.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what it is about the Southeast Asian Zerg players, but like me and Mike, Gogo Joey as well, like they're very fond, especially in this matchup, going for an early pool. Not necessarily to even be too aggressive, just to make sure they.
No, it's a safety thing. Like it's something I did too. Back in my day when I played the game, it was something I started doing when I started playing on Korean ladder. I would always go. I think I went like I always went for a pool first, like a gas pool hatch was what I always went, and yeah, no, got the 6 lings out. It was just a nice defensive measure. Because, you know, Korean Protosses.
Yeah, you can imagine. Like, it forces the Protoss to be more defensive. It forces them to chrono out that first Zealot and to be stuck at home a little bit longer. You know, it has its benefits.
Yeah, it just discourages any Protoss shenanigans. Oh! The Zealot A-clicks out of the wall, but the probe barely gets the shield battery block.
Yeah.
Man.
It feels.
Oh man, that should not have happened.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. The Zealot goes down. Thankfully, the Adept comes out, so like StarDuck is okay, but a bit of an unnecessary loss.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. It's like, it's not that big of a loss, but still, it's losing anything sucks. Especially to the SEAL team, the Ling Team 6, as it has been called.
Yep. Dubbed by Steak himself, Steel Mold. And once again from StarDuck, we do have this target opening. I will say that on a map like Deathora, it is a little bit easier to execute and pull something like this off. I wouldn't be surprised if this was StarDuck's map of choice. We'll see what he does a little bit differently here. Yeah,
no, there's a lot of dead air on this map, like a lot of it. So Stargate openings can be super effective on a map like this.
Oof, definitely. Meanwhile, EnDerr, he's opening up and playing the same so far. Like, not just his opening, but going into pneumatized carapace for that Overlord Scout as well. It's the same thing he did last time.
Yeah, and potentially the fast drop Lords too. So definitely looking to do something similar, perhaps, or at least figure out what StarDuck's doing to see if he wants to do something similar.
No, StarDuck's like dancing pretty well with these lings, to be honest. Like,
yeah, no, he's keeping them from getting his round off, and he's gonna get out with one. Yeah, he's gonna get out. and he doesn't get a full scout, but he gets enough of a scout to know there's an lair on the way.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah. I mean, at least he does get that, especially compared to the last game where he didn't get to see anything whatsoever. So he does have that going for him. And EnDerr, he's being a little bit more defensive here. Like, there is no faster Roach Warren or Lair, just focusing on his spores.
Yeah, no, he's just going for, you know, a bit more of a laid back approach. He's not gonna go for that 3 base all in or anything like that. Just getting the scout information, getting his bases up, just starting up his lair around 5 minutes. You know, fairly just standard defensive Zerg opening.
Yeah, but like the thing is that like if he ever wishes to, he can still go for like that kind of queen timing as well. Like he does have numerous carapace available to him. So again, StarDuck has to make sure he's out here on the map, especially with these void rays to keep EnDerr in check.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, being able to get those mobile queens is extremely helpful when you've got void rays out on the map. And speaking of void rays, here they are, here to be annoying.
Here they are, again looking to deny creep spread, kill a couple of lings here and there, force them back home, as we do see a decent amount of lings on the way for EnDerr.
Yeah, he might be looking to go for some sort of poke on the third base here, perhaps, with the lings. Maybe hit a bit of a run by. Oh, the 2 Adept squad. They're here.
Yeah, speaking of run by, it looks like they will get a couple of worker kills, thankfully, due to all those lings coming out. They are here to defend.
Yep, there was a lot of lings, and they're just freaking out, apparently, in the corner. But yeah, able to clean that out. Only losing 4 drones, that's not that bad. And now heading over to the third. But they are spotted by the Void Ray. Oh, he's actually going for like a bit of a committal here. He's got the I think that was the Drop Lord that just picked up some queens or something.
Oh yeah, and yeah, thankfully the Archon did just barely finish up in time, so the overcharge was able to keep it alive. Oh, the lings to get in!
Oh, the door's open! The door's open, and welcome into the main base. The lings are here in the main, and there's nothing but probes here to stop them for now. They were already low health on the way in, but able to get quite a bit of probe damage here. Meanwhile, Ravagers and Queens coming over on this side of the map, working on that cybernet, that cyber core. Oh, the Drop Lord goes down, but all the Queens get down, but no creep gets pooped out. So
exactly.
Looks like
there was no energy for. Yeah, there was no energy for Transfuse either, so the Queens, they were dropped and immediately focused down. The Ravagers are going to be focused down as well. Like, EnDerr, he did some really good damage with those lings. Oh, nice spile. But, like, the Ravagers and Queens, kind of needlessly thrown away and didn't really accomplish too much here.
Yeah, nothing really. Maybe, like, 7-8 probe kills, and that was it. As that Ravager, sneaky, snuck around, and he's dead now. Rest in peace.
Rip. F's in the chat. And now
in the chat.
now it's a good opportunity for StarDuck, right? Like, he's out here, he's across the map, like he's perfectly fine and safe at home, and at least this fourth base is quite exposed.
Yeah, he can absolutely go in with this Charge a Lot Archon comp with the Void Rays to back up as well. And yeah, there's only Roaches here, which, you know, it's not too bad against Charge a Lot Archon, but we'll have to see because there's 4 Archons here.
Ooh, there are still those Void Rays as the backbone of the army as well. The Queens are on the front line and they do not have energy for Transfuse.
Oh, they were there to tank, but there was no transfusions to help them tank. Hydras start coming out, but these Archons are shredding through the Roaches here. And, oh man.
Yeah, he's dealing... And now we have a reinforcement warp in of Zealots as well. And with Zealots, like, he can get on top of this Roach army. Like, it looks so battered and bruised already.
Yeah, no, and there's not a lot of Roaches here to take the Archon damage. The Hydras, though, doing quite a lot of counter damage back. More Zealots to back them up. And this should get cleaned up here. 12 drones will go down as a result of this. And a little bit of army trading. In the end, I think a bit more favorable towards StarDuck, honestly, in the trades. But at the same because I don't think he lost any Archons. Or he might have. No, he lost like 2 Archons. Never mind.
Yeah, but like StarDuck is in an amazing position when it comes to the economy. At least, like, if he can survive this counterattack and he's pushing it away so far, like, he's gonna be in an amazing position.
Yeah, he's got it. Oh, but all those Hydras target firing down the Archons, though. They do a lot of damage to these Archons, but now there's no more Roaches to tank. There's now Charge Lots in the front, and the splash damage from the Archons is going to start zapping them down with the backup of an Immortal.
Oh my god, and now StarDuck, he's ahead in workers, he's currently equal on bases, and if he can keep pushing this this army back, like this hatchery is under threat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's nothing to protect the hatchery here in the fourth base. That particular fourth base is quite exposed from the right side of the map, especially with that high ground over there. You know, you can get us around, but there's no defense over there. Like, there's not a lot going for that base, and he might just straight up lose it.
Mate, there's too many zealots. Like, the army of EnDerr is being cornered here into the base. Is StarDuck gonna do it?
And he just might. Like, there's like no supply on the map here for EnDerr. And this third base is gonna go down. This army's all cornered in. The whole position of the drones helpful, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Oh, the Archons. And GG's called. StarDuck will take game 2 and we're going to the ace match.
Oh, StarDuck, the Australian hope, mate. He takes a game off of the Oceanic champion.
Yeah, man, that was really, really good to see. Yeah, no, he really played the map quite well. You know, he was playing the tempo quite well as well. Especially with the timing of his first push with the little charge Archon army. You know, forcing army to come out from EnDerr instead of drones while killing drones.
Yeah, I'm just really impressed by StarDuck here again. I saw, you know, I saw Revenant in the chat. He's like, yo, what's up with the seeding? Like, EnDerr, like, after this, like, the winner goes up against me and Micah. The thing is that we were talking about it. This is seeding based off of OCE points, and you gather OCE points as you play in weekly events. And EnDerr, he doesn't have any. That's why he's up here already up against someone like StarDuck. And Man, I'm just so impressed by StarDuck right now.
My boy, he's doing it. Absolute king.
Like, we could be in a reality where StarDuck takes out EnDerr. Like, this is the ace match.
We'll have to see what he decides to do, if he sticks with that Stargate opening or he gets some chipotle on there, you know, gets it nice and spicy. We will see. Maybe with his signature, you know, he's gonna pull out the printer, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god. Exactly. Not just that, like, even before, like, StarDuck was working on his macro play, like, he's such a good cheeser. Like, just
absolutely.
Just go full Korean, you know. Ace match, time to proxy.
Yeah, ace match. Get the proxy gateways out. But yeah, it's StarDuck, you know, we never know. He couldn't go. His macro has been like pretty damn good, honestly. Not half bad.
Definitely. We'll see if he can close it out here, because the thing with StarDuck is that he can take maps. He has taken maps off of Demi, off of Mio Micah. Like, he can do that. When it comes to a series, though, that's where he can struggle a little bit. Like, can he win a best of, right, against these top tier experienced players?
Absolutely. And with that, we load into Juggernautha. That's what it's called, Juggernautha. Yeah. I know Fear Dragon explained this. I've forgotten it, kind of. Juggernautha LE. That's what it's called. In the top right-hand corner of the map, joining us in the blue, the Zerg player, hailing from the Philippines, we have the Oceanic representative at Katowice. It is EnDerr.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Juggernautha LE, we have the Australian boy. Once again, it is his birthday, the Red Protoss player representing Team Fight for Justice. It is StarDuck.
All right, let's see what gets spicy. And so far, you know, gate. So it's fairly normal. Again, EnDerr with the same same pool first opening.
Yeah, once again. So he will have Lynx out in time to help deal with the pylon if StarDuck decides to go for the block.
And looks like he will not, because he's about to lose his probe. Oh, he gets it in there. And that is unfortunate, but it's alright. So a couple of Lynx coming out. Should be able to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's, again, we were talking about it. That's one of the reasons why EnDerr does go for this, to make sure that he's able to deal with the pylon and to get his natural at the natural location.
Yep, instead of being forced to go to the third, like a lot of Zergs have been. I think at this point the meta has reached such a point where like hatch blocks are such a a pylon scout to get the hatch block is such a it happens every game. So Zergs have just learned to deal with it. And this is one of the ways they deal with it.
Oh yeah. We have seen that there are like some Zerg players who just get insanely faster hatcheries, or they like try and hide the drone as well, things of that nature. But yeah. Did you see EnDerr eventually getting that expansion up?
Yeah, no, I've heard of like 12 hatches.
Yeah.
To avoid the hatch block. It's crazy. But you know, hey, if it does the job,
you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Like,
we're struggling out here with Zerg.
Yo, Zerg didn't win the latest tournament, okay? Like the latest Premier tournament. Yeah. We're hurting.
Yeah, we're really struggling here. We're not winning every single tournament. It's a struggle. It's rough out here in these streets.
Oh god, as we see, I mean, look at this, like EnDerr, he's been around for years, for the longest time, and then this random kid just rocks up with his Protoss and slaps him down. Wait, this guy's meant to be a champion.
Toss him, just delete that race. Honestly, this game is just Zerg versus Terran now.
Oh god, so this is what the people want. But as we get into the game, once again, EnDerr's doing EnDerr things. Pneumatized Carapace just finished up. He should be going in for an Overlord Scout quite soon to see pretty standard Protoss things, to be honest.
Nice positioning here with the Adepts, but just getting blocked in there by the Zerg. Oh, that guy did get out, not for long. He got one more throne, and then he perished.
Oh boy, and once again we have a decent amount of Lynx coming out across the map, looking to try and apply pressure to this third base, but with a Void Ray here, StarDuck should be okay.
Yeah, he'll be alright. Void Ray is kind of good against Zerglings. It's almost like Zerglings don't shoot up.
Yeah.
Or at all.
What's with that?
Yeah, give Zerglings guns.
Ah, God.
This is my petition. I'm petitioning to give Zerglings guns because that would be cute as hell.
Just let him jump up. Reason. You know, like dogs, like jump.
I got the wings. Come on. What the hell, Blizzard? You give him wings and all they do is run faster? Bruh.
Right?
Bruh. What is this? That's not how science works.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a fast Hydra then.
My god. So, okay, EnDerr, he went straight into the lair, no Roach War, no Baneling Nest, no other tech whatsoever, and going straight into that Hydralisk then.
Yeah, he just wants to deal with the Void Rays. Like, he doesn't want that to get out of hand, as it has. It hasn't gotten out of hand in the previous games. It's just been like an early defensive thing, you know, getting rid of Overlords, stopping any, you know, Ling run bys, and then, you know, moving in to deal a little bit of damage. But being able to deal with them quite easily without having to sacrifice queens and stuff like that would be incredibly helpful.
Definitely. And I assume that this is going to be an all-in from EnDerr, just because I don't see any Evo chambers. He isn't like, he's not investing in like upgrades whatsoever, just the Hydra upgrades themselves, and there it is, there's the Nidus.
There's the Nidus. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I was like, wait a minute. I haven't played. I may not have played StarCraft in a while, but it's 5 minutes. What's missing? What's missing in 5 minutes? Evo chambers.
Exactly. And this is another one of those things where like StarDuck has absolutely no idea. He hasn't scouted. He doesn't even know that his opponent went for a faster Hydralisk then.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it. He hasn't. He's been like mostly trying to avoid getting ling run buys. Taking out his third. He hasn't really been harassing or scouting with the Void Rays.
Yo, the Overseer's ready. Oh god.
There it is. Oh, and that's out of vision range too. Nothing's over there. There's a scouting pylon.
There's nothing. There's actually nothing here. There's a single zealot at the natural. Like the main army is here at the third.
Oh, distraction run by. Here they come. The Karens at the front. The Hydras at the back. Straight for the mineral line. Working on the pylons, and the production in the main is gonna get slapped a little bit here. And the main Nexus is taking a hell of a beating from these Hydras. And yeah, there's just nothing here.
Exactly. The Nexus does go down in the end. There are 3 Void Rays, but what are Void Rays going to do against all this anti-air?
Every single thing here shoots up. And it does it quite highly in damage, because Hydra's hurt.
Oh yeah, they are terrifying as StarDuck is forced to pull a couple of boys as well, but he just can't commit. He can't really contend against this. Like, he's just lost control of his main.
Yeah, absolutely. He's only getting an Archon up now. And he's going to try and get a counterattack as he has previously, which helped him stabilize very slightly in the first game, but... Uh-oh, those probes will block it.
Wow.
Oh! He's recalling them out of there because they got stuck.
Oh god, feels bad, man. They did get stuck. They did get recalled. Meanwhile, there are these zealots here at the third base. At the same time, there is a warping in the main.
We're gonna have to see how much counter damage can be done here, if it's enough to make up for losing his main Nexus. There is quite a few roaches over here though, and even the queen is just kind of sticking in there with the hold position on the drones. The queen will go down, but I think the roaches will come over here and deal with this. Yeah, and I mean, in terms of work count, StarDuck is up. But being a base, but losing that main base and the tech in the main is really bad.
Definitely, that's kind of the biggest problem, right? Like, sure, StarDuck has more workers, but he can't mine efficiently whatsoever. And behind this, EnDerr expanded. He took a 4th.
Yeah, he's got a 4th, even though he's down 20 drones. He should be able to drone up faster. So he is still focused a little bit on army. He has started droning up again to account for that, but oh man, just the sheer overwhelming numbers from Zerg here. Should be able to push off this counterattack, and this should be done for now.
Oh boy, yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, StarDuck is trying to reclaim his main. Like, he's gonna have to get rid of all these creep tumors and the Overseer as well, otherwise risk getting Nidus again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Wait, who's buildings? He still hasn't got his robo back up. It was lost in the main. So he's not able to get an observer out.
Yeah. And okay, so this drop again in the main is dealing some decent damage. There are a lot of Hydras at the third base, and does StarDuck have enough here to muster a defense? Oh god, the Void Ray is down!
Oh. Void Rays, and the Void Rays are just getting target fired down really quickly here. Even the super battery is barely enough. But a charge lot warping, able to absorb a little bit, but even then, the super batteries run out.
StarDuck, he just barely needs a little bit more to defend. It looks like maybe with this warping he will be able to do so. At the same time, that drop in the main actually got to kill the main hatchery.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good trade-off, honestly, because despite losing his army on the defense, he hasn't lost anything major. So while it looked rough on this end, honestly, being able to hold with the Zealots in this one Void Ray that somehow survived by like ridiculous spacing, he's actually come out on top in that scenario.
Yeah, definitely. It's so lucky that EnDerr chose to make his lair at his natural. Like, oh god, like, this would be amazing. Yeah, like it would be amazing for StarDuck if the lair was in the main and he managed to snipe that. Regardless, he's hanging in there.
Yeah, no, the one game he makes the lair in the natural. But the Archons are back home, looking to chase away some more of the goop on the forge. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Good, Ender.
Honestly, that's like pretty significant. Like, as
Yeah, no. It's not even sarcastic. It's like, nice.
yeah. When the game is so scrappy like this, every single advantage counts so much more. That +2 is delayed for StarDuck. He's forced long distance mine from the main base. Oh god, this is what I was worried about.
Oh, no, he's gonna get another Nidus in here. He's still got creep. He's still got tumors. He's got the vision. And I don't think StarDuck will see this one.
No, not at all. He's committed to this attack. Storm just finished up, so I mean, he can go toe-to-toe with this army.
Yeah, he can honestly like not care about the Nidus in the main because there's not much going on in the main, honestly, from EnDerr, and just try and just overwhelm this army on this front because I think this is most of the Zerg army here.
Oh yeah. There's only a handful of units. And it looks like StarDuck did warp in at home, so he will be able to defend and clean up. It's a bit of a shame. It looks like StarDuck must have lost his War Prism earlier, so he can't really reinforce across the map.
Yeah, I think the War Prism might have gotten sniped or something. So he might have to commit here, but he does not have a lot here because he doesn't have the War Prism to reinforce. A good storm onto the main body of the army, but just walking back, the water balloons coming out. A good save there for one of the High Templar. There's nothing but Archons and High Templar here, and when Archons get focused by Hydralisks, they pop.
That they do, and that's exactly what's happening. They just pop.
It's gone.
Yeah, God, this would be such a different story if StarDuck had a War Prism.
If he had a War Prism there.
Yeah, like even just 5 extra zealots with that army would have been amazing.
Like getting that charge lob buffer would have probably won him that fight. If not, he would have traded way better. But having nothing to warp into buffer for the those Archons kind of sucks because Hydras do really good against Archons if they don't get immediately blown up.
Yeah, definitely. And now the army is once again in the natural of StarDuck, abusing the fact that that Nidus is up in the main base, and StarDuck, he does have a couple of units here, but I don't know if he can defend against this.
Yeah, he has his stuff back home now. He has a couple of storms, maybe. Yep, there goes one. Pretty decent. Onto the choke point, forcing them to split up a little bit. But this is definitely StarDuck just holding on because this is his last chance, really. And even then, he's looking to survive and not to win.
Exactly. And despite trading as best he can, GG gets called.
GG, and EnDerr will take the match 2-1. Quite a long match. We've already had so many matches go on already. And just looking at the bracket, and yeah, it looks like EnDerr will be moving on. Unfortunately, StarDuck not able to prevail, but still playing pretty damn well at that last game. Like going toe-to-toe against EnDerr is not at all insignificant.
Definitely.
Yeah, taking a map off him and going so evenly until the end of the game when the Nidus came up was, you know, pretty good. Like, even when the Nidus came up, he was trading quite well. He was holding on quite well. His counter damage was pretty good, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. And yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, just like in game number 1, it's all about that scatting, right? Like,
yeah, he missed something, and it was just a problem for the rest of the game.
Like, StarDuck, he had absolutely no vision. He didn't see the lair, he didn't see the Hydra Den, he didn't even see the third to keep an eye on, like, the worker count or anything like that, or even the gases. Like, he was in the dark for the majority of that.